Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? This is the Red Dog Stream. Came by to enjoy this nice drink as we get ready for this Hell in a Cell preview. This may be the same colors as Hell in a Cell, but you won't even know what I'm drinking. Anyways, let's get started on this review. Talking about the Hell in a Cell preview, and I think this preview may be epic if they can really pull some good matches and really make the matches look better than projected. I think it would be a great angle. Morrison and The Miz and Daniel Bryan triple threat submissions counts anywhere. I think it would be interesting for Morrison to get thrown in there and with submissions count. I didn't think it was a bright idea for Morrison to get thrown in there, but he did win the Intercontinental Championship. So Morrison does win Intercontinental Championship. I bet this triangle feud will be very epic. Apparently, we see Daniel Bryan, accidentally pushing over The Miz, which caused Morrison to get angry after the match and attack Daniel Bryan despite that. And I thought Daniel Bryan would, quite frankly, nail a victory, and Morrison would get mad despite it. But that didn't happen. Miz pulled the victory. I didn't like how that turned out, but I think this may be a sign of a heel turn for John Morrison. If somehow Daniel Bryan makes John Morrison submit, and then John Morrison and Miz both jump on Daniel Bryan. And I don't know how the reunion would turn out. I don't think they may be a dirt sheet for Morrison and The Miz. I don't know if they may have that type of reunion because Miz is already with Alex Riley, so there would be no point of that. It's just Alex Riley thrown under the bus. It's just Miz and Alex Riley thrown on the bus, like I said, Alex Riley I meant. But anyway, we have the good match. I think with Morrison, I think Daniel Bryan may pull a Belloc on The Miz 2 pay-per-views in a row, which may extend a rematch for The Miz, and The Miz continues to hunt for the United States title. But if Morrison, somehow can pull a win off Daniel Bryan, nails a lock on the Morrison, I think this may be a sign of a heel turn, pretty much. So moving on, we have next pay-per-view match is Cena against Wade Barrett. And if Cena wins, he may join Nexus. If Wade Barrett wins, Nexus is over. I really want Cena to join the Nexus. I think they may have an epic angle with Cena joining the Nexus. And to be honest, Cena may be boring with the WWE Championship because we may see him time in and time out win that WWE Championship. I think he's been a 5-time WWE Championship. He's been an epic main eventer, apparently. And I think if John Cena can lose his match, or Wade Barrett can somehow pull a win and book him to win, then I think this may prove how strong Wade Barrett can be and the Nexus can be. And if Cena joins, Nexus can turn face by Nexus 2.0 or Genesis, because I've been hearing rumors about Genesis coming out. And I think with Genesis getting thrown under there, let's see, Heath Slater, Wade Barrett, Michael McGillicuddy, Lucky Kid, those other guys from Nexus 2.0. If they come out, the Nexus can turn face with alongside John Cena, helping Nexus, instead of Cena turning heel and saying he was behind all this. Because he can't be behind all this if he's the one getting attacked. Like, oh my god, that is just so pathetic. So apparently that would be retarded, but pretty much, let's see if Cena joins Nexus, they can pull some epic angles with Nexus and make it more interesting. This could be like some villain shows where Robin wind up working for Slade, or Terry working for Slade, I think that's his name, or Jackie Chan having to work for, well, I forgot who, because I think this happens in some shows, or Superman having to work for Lex Luthor, or, those stuff probably happens in certain movies, apparently. But, the same thing with Shawn Michaels working for JBL because it was this recession angle. This may be similar, except it's a bet, and I think that's the difference. Shawn Michaels is losing money and losing his job, so Shawn Michaels had to work for JBL, and I think that was a great angle. I really like that angle. That angle was great for Shawn Michaels and JBL. Very epic. We all know eventually Shawn Michaels is going to beat JBL, nail the sweet chin for the victory. So pretty much we got a lot of something out of that. So apparently, wasn't as epic as I thought, but, was very epic, but I only saw bits of it, because, I didn't watch much wrestling then, sorry, I'm just getting a little distracted by the television, so, anyway. Moving on, we have Kane versus Undertaker. I really think Paul Bearer may turn on the Undertaker and turn heel, and then help Kane in the match. I'm really expecting that to happen, so I won't be too surprised if that happens. Because if Paul Bearer does turn on the Undertaker, it could make the angle even more epic, and I think it could make a great angle. And Paul Bearer is the father of destruction, so I think with him siding with Kane for a while, I think it will make a epic angle, and I think it will be great. So apparently, if Kane can pull another win, then this will make the angle more epic, and then by Survivor Series, the Buried Alive match, the feud can come to an end there. So I really want the feud to extend, and people think the Undertaker is going to win, but Kane may win, and I think Kane can pull a good win in that match, Hell in a Cell match. But Kane may at somewhat pull a win there, but I wouldn't be too surprised if Paul Bearer turns on Kane. So that's as much as I gotta say. Moving on, we got Natalia and Michelle McCool in the match. I know people may not care because they know Michelle McCool is gonna win, and it's like she's been burying every wrestler, but she was great as a face. I mean, trust me, I know Michelle is sloppy. I think she does need train. I think they should train her a lot more if they're planning on keeping her in the business. And I think they did. I think that's what they did with Layla. They really worked with her a lot in order for her to be very epic. She has some epic moves. I can't blame her for nailing that finisher on Molina. But hopefully, if Michelle McCool is gonna, become the best wrestler of all time, just making all these records, and I wouldn't think she's hogging the spotlight at somewhat, but I wouldn't think she's hogging the spotlight at somewhat, but apparently she has been very great as a face. Before she married the Undertaker, she's been pretty epic, but I gotta tell you, she has the height and stuff, so that's probably like her full advantage and stuff. So yeah, I think maybe people think Natalia may job to Michelle McCool, and Layla gets involved in the match somewhat. I wouldn't be too surprised if that happens, apparently, and if Layla does get involved at somewhat, then I think that would be the whole screw of the match. So I think Michelle McCool may win and pull the victory against Natalia. And if Natalia does pull the sharpshooter and win, I think we will have another epic angle. But hopefully, if Natalia is going to job to Michelle McCool, hopefully Molina gets a rematch, because Michelle McCool, Molina never beat Michelle McCool throughout the frequency of time. I don't know when's the first time they faced each other, because I did saw the match at Night of Champions, and Michelle McCool won and pulled her victory on her. So I think this is going to be a little drink to the Michelle McCool and Natalia match. I know no one's going to care about this match, but I don't know if most of you may not care, some of you will, but I'm just going to lay hopes that Michelle McCool is going to win this match, hopefully gets a rematch with Molina, and Molina gets back in this whole Lady Wawa angle, because I think that was retarded how she got eliminated first. Even though she's trying to fight for her rematch, she should be at least second to last eliminated, or the fifth, or she should be eliminated halfway through. But I'm a little embarrassed for her, I have to say. But she probably has a knee injury or something. But hopefully she bounced back a little bit from this, because hopefully she doesn't get buried, or not somewhat, but hopefully she does maintain class. But so far, this is going to be a good match. Hopefully Natalia and Michelle McCool pull off an epic match. I mean, Michelle McCool Molina has been pulling the best match, but I didn't think it should have been a lumberjill, pretty much. So, moving on after that to the most important main event, the WWE Championship, Randy Orton versus Sheamus. I really want this match to be a Hell in a Cell match. That's the purpose of the pay-per-view. So hopefully I wouldn't be too surprised if this is in a Hell in a Cell, pretty much. So, Randy Orton, Sheamus. I bet Randy Orton's going to get the win after he attacked on Friday Night SmackDown. We're live Friday Night SmackDown. Randy Orton gets booted by Sheamus. So I bet Sheamus is going to get punched in the head by Randy Orton, and then that'll mark the hiatus from Sheamus. But Sheamus and Randy Orton has been having an epic feud because there was no official winner. There was a disqualification from Sheamus and Randy Orton, pretty much. So that's been making a heck of an epic. That's been pretty epic, and I gotta tell you, Randy Orton and Sheamus has been having an epic feud. I really like that feud. I remember Randy Orton brutalized Sheamus. I really loved that. It was golden. And I think Sheamus is gonna get punched in the head by another, main event legend, Randy Orton, Hunter. And I think I would feel very embarrassed if Sheamus got brutalized by the Miz. I mean, that was a saver from there because I really like Sheamus more than Miz. And Miz is nothing but a dork. But ever since his angle with Daniel Bryan, I like how he attacked Daniel Bryan. It made him even less of a dork, I think, for my part. But for the most part, I think Randy Orton is going to walk out the WWE Championship really retained. But if Sheamus can pull some strings, then if Sheamus can really pull some strings and pull the victory, I wouldn't be too surprised at that. But if Sheamus wins, Triple H feuds with Sheamus for the WWE Championship, that would be epic. It would be golden. I really think this could be some golden angles if either of them win. So, for the most part, I think it's going to be a great overall pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is going to be good. Hopefully, out of the victories, we've got some great angles leading on to bragging rights, which is another 2 weeks after. Hopefully, they spend more time preparing for the bragging rights pay-per-view more than Hell in the Cell. But I know for the most part, Michelle McCool may win because she's been having good angles as Lay Cool. They've been having some great angles, fully flexible angles with Lay Cool, even though they're annoying. But they've been having some great angles, so I don't think they will go anywhere for a while. Because I think without them, we would have some same cliche angles. But pretty much, they did make a huge difference. If Natalia wins, Michelle McCool may get the title back. I know it may seem like nothing may change after that, but it'll be no big deal. But pretty much, we're gonna see. I know what I'm talking about. I know no one's gonna care. But if Undertaker wins, then I don't think we will have another angle. But if Kane wins, if Kane can win, and Paul Bearer helps Kane pull the victory, I think this would be an epic angle. Undertaker may have to overcome that at somewhat, pretty much. But I think Kane may walk out World Heavyweight Championship again. And for Cena Nexus, Cena versus Nexus, Wade Barrett, still same epic angle. So bragging rights is around the corner, and so with bragging rights around the corner, I think bragging rights would have bragging rights will hopefully has an epic pay-per-view because they should be trying to work on that. I'm telling you. So it's Rendog Extreme. Thanks for stopping by and talking to you guys, and I'll see you later. I'll drink the rest of this. Drink to this pay-per-view for the final drink.